As part of the Mammoth Rally, Ripple's price surged very close to $2. Despite Ripple's price falling below $1, it remained self-assured that it would recover its losses within a short time frame. However, the Ripple SEC lawsuit, which has drained more than 50% of the price at its start, could fuel the bull run once it is finalized and completed. Watch till the end to find out how to double the money. Make sure to enable all your notifications to our channel to keep up with all the hottest secrets in the world of XRP.
Oh, okay, all right.
Attorney Jeremy Hogan has become convinced that William Hinman's deposition never took place due to some strange events.
Say, we've heard some strange things coming out of your office.
SEC filed a complaint against Ripple Labs and Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen for the sale of unregistered securities, implicitly referring to Ripple's XRP as a security in the complaint. MoneyGram, which is reportedly being approached by ex-Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb and Stellar, has been delisted from cryptocurrency exchanges in the United States as a result of the industry's reaction.
That's why he had the reaction.
High-profile members of the XRP community soon began speculating about the possibility of a settlement with the SEC. A lawyer said in June that, based on current circumstances, he didn't expect a summary judgment to be entered until early 2022, possibly in January. For now, it appears that a potential settlement won't happen until at least early September, and it's more likely to happen after October. In the finance industry, digital assets are a hot topic, and the Ripple lawsuit is seen as an opportunity to bring regulatory clarity to the industry. The Securities and Exchange Commission recently requested that discovery be pushed back 60 days, causing anxiety in the XRP community, who are counting down the days until it's over. Pre-trial settlements account for 96% of all SEC cases, 60% occur before litigation. As a guide, this fact only hints at what's to come. It's impossible to predict the future. Unusual things began to happen when the judge granted the defendant's motion for discovery related to Bitcoin and Ether, which are relevant to the Howey test as well as the fair notice defense, but the SEC refused to provide the documents, despite the risk of financial sanctions. At a court hearing on July 15, Ripple's attorney complained to the judge that the agency had failed to deliver internal documents as promised on June 14th. Ripple never filed a brief after the judge told him to do so the following week. Ripple's lawyer, Jeremy Hogan, was also struck by how desperate the SEC was to prevent the deposition from taking place and how quickly the SEC and Ripple had agreed to its terms. And to top it all off, two SEC commissioners acknowledged in a public statement last week that there was a lack of clarity in the digital asset ecosystem. It's the first time I've seen two SEC commissioners argue that Ripple's fair notice defense is valid, that market participants in the crypto space lack fair notice. They added this statement to their motion for fair notice as well as the dismissal of the case, which were both filed by Ripple Labs and the individual defendants. To complete their records, only the individual defendants responded to the SEC's letters. Wow, Ripple blew it, or did it?
Oh, wow.
To draft a 3-page reply brief, do Ripple's 23 lawyers need more than 9 days to complete the task? Alternatively, you can wait for it. Could it be that Ripple didn't bother to file a response to the SEC because it didn't have to? Because of the seriousness of the subject, Ripple didn't need to file a response. Using Nexus, multiple national payment systems can be linked together to create a cross-border platform, allowing international payments to be made as quickly as a text message. It has been announced that the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, will publish a blueprint for the multilateral linking of domestic real-time payment systems across borders in partnership with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Using PayNow in Singapore and PromptPay in Thailand as a starting point, the blueprint also draws on the National Payments Corporation of India's, NPCI, development and operation of the Unified Payment Interface, UPI systems.
That's nice. I admire that.
As a result, Ripple is still involved in a lawsuit with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, over an alleged sale of unregistered securities and Hinman's deposition as a former SEC Director of Corporate Finance. 2 of the 5 SEC commissioners have admitted that the digital asset space is unclear. After receiving a letter from Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, who are seeking dismissal of their case, the agency rebuked the gift from the heavens.
A gift from the gods.
Ripple has taken steps to diversify the use cases for the XRP ledger as cross-border payments are becoming increasingly competitive. Tokenization of assets is the company's latest venture. In recent months, the SEC has also been paying attention to tokenized assets. As Gary Gensler, chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC), said, "Make no mistake, it doesn't matter if it's a stable value token or any other virtual product that provides a synthetic exposure to underlying securities." The convergence of the 200-day simple moving average and a multi-year inverse head and shoulders formation. International Settlement Token triggered a double bottom pattern established by the lows of June and July in the course of the process. It appears that several resistance levels have been broken and that the XRP price is poised to take advantage of a large opportunity.
There's no certainty, only opportunity.
According to the double bottom trigger price of 73.3 cents, the measured move of the double bottom is nearly 30%. The $1 target and the $1.06 and a 38.2% retracement level of the April-June correction is too high for the target to reach. Ahead of the upcoming consolidations, major cryptocurrencies are well positioned to continue their gains. Every cryptocurrency is now facing a trend-determining resistance area that will test investors' resolve moving forward, even though the easy money has been made. As of this video editing on 31st July, XRP price is 74.50 cents, with a 3% increase in the last 24 hours, with a market cap of $74.5 billion. In 2011, David Schwartz, Arthur Britto, and Jed McCaleb began developing the XRP ledger and created XRP as its native asset. A new company called OpenCoin was formed shortly after the protocol was launched in 2012. Chris Larsen was named the CEO. The name was changed to Ripple Labs Inc. the following year before being shortened to Ripple for marketing purposes in 2015. The fact that XRP and Ripple are separate entities should not be overlooked. It is a fintech company that builds global payment solutions, and XRP is an independent digital asset used for microtransactions, remittances, and online payments. Ripple retained 80 billion tokens to fund future operations and development, whilst the founders divided the remaining XRP between them. In 2017, the company transferred 55 billion of its 80 billion XRP tokens into an escrow account from which it could sell a maximum of 1 billion tokens a month on the secondary market. At the end of each selling period, unsold tokens are returned to escrow and redistributed at a later selling period. Over the last 32 months, 32 billion XRP has been released from escrow. According to Ripple's XRP documentation, the ledger settles payments in less than 5 seconds and can process more than 1,500 transactions per second. To cover transaction fees, a small amount of XRP is destroyed, about 10 drops, a unit of XRP, worth 0.00001 XRP. To discourage network usage during busy periods, the transaction cost is designed to increase in tandem with the network's load. The ledger is where all XRP transactions are executed and settled. A slight pullback in XRP's price is possible based on past patterns and price movements. Also, a massive recovery could be in the works, which could push the price up to the next resistance level. Price could drop to current resistance levels around 77 cents before making a substantial jump to $1 even after such an enormous price increase. A double-digit figure is suggested by some bullish predictions in the crypto space. By April 2022, a popular analyst predicts that the price could reach $1.6. By the end of July 2022, it could plummet by as much as $1.5. Strangely enough, the analyst believes that prices will rise from $1.6 to more than $15 within a month. Can this massive surge be attributed to the Ripple versus SEC case, which may be resolved during this time frame? It is therefore possible that the token's price will increase due to its relisting, but the likelihood of a sudden drop is currently unknown. However, if the Ripple versus SEC case progresses, the XRP price could find some good support. And on a final note, allow us to remind y'all that the information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for infotainment purposes only, and hence should not be considered financial advice. do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. With this, we have come to the end. Thank you for supporting and watching the video till the end. Make sure to push the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments below what are your views on this. See you in the next video.